Hey, welcome back to Techopolis 3, where in the last video, we nearly completed everything required for advanced Technium. We completed the deep slate tree, involving this crusher, and better power generation, and we briefly touched on some of the stuff needed to get advanced Technium, but not everything. Still all of the main things at least. So then this video, the plan is to make the advanced Technium machine, which isn't going to be that bad, and making some advanced Technium manually isn't going to be that big of a deal either, so I can probably get this automated in this video, because it doesn't seem to be that hard. It mostly revolves around getting the 3 different ores, and just trying to hook up a bunch of blast furnaces as well, to get redstone and deep slate, and whatever else I'm going to need for this. I guess we'll see. But for now, I'll just start by making the advanced Technium machine, because I should have basically everything I need for that. I need another Technium machine frame, some steel gears, and then I've already got the Inori crystals. So that's the control block. Now I just need to get everything for the rest of the multi-block. And I think the big one that stands out to me is these copper coils. I don't know if they're going to be the hardest, but they're certainly going to use a lot of copper. The annoying part here is just waiting for the copper wires to go through, but once I've done that, it's really not a big deal. Okay, next, I'll say the 9 light engineering blocks. Do I have any spare? Yes, and a heavy. I only needed the 1 heavy, so that solves that, and I should only need 1 spare light engineering. So I just need to do this twice, so that's just 24 iron plates, and a bunch of copper. There we go. Then last, I just need all of this steel and wooden scaffolding. The steel is fairly simple, and the wood's just very expensive. But it's nothing I haven't done before. Oh, I also need this structural glass. I didn't see it in the multi-block. I need 16 of that. That's where the steel comes in, okay. But I've got plenty of spare, so I can get that pretty easily. Alright, that should be everything. Now to just figure out where I'm putting this, because there isn't too terribly much space left on the mountainside. Is it time I start going down? Or is it worth going up? Because if I go up, then I can just keep expanding on top. That could be easier. Because as much as I like this, having all the stuff inset into the mountainside, once things get really big, it's going to become really annoying to do this in an enclosed space. So yeah, I think I go up. I'll just start by clearing out a space the same size as the room beneath it. But after clearing this out, there's the small problem that it's already jutting out of the mountainside. And in the case of this cave, I can terraform that away quite nicely. Same with this bit. And the hole here I always intended to cover up anyway. But I'm still not sure what to do about this bit. I guess I could open it up as another balcony. I've intentionally made sure to try and line this up with the bottom layer, so then I can just line up these logs, and that works as a reasonable decoration. And then I can try doing some kind of a staircase here to connect the 2 platforms, and then I can do something with wood on the outside. But still, it doesn't look great just because it's a big box. I don't know. I can fiddle with this on my own. This isn't the point of the video. It's workable for now. So I'm just gonna build up the advanced Technium machine and carry on. It's not a terribly difficult structure to build up. It's more or less the same structure as the basic Technium machine. And I think that's all I need to do. Just trying to compare with the one down here. And I'm wondering why I've got 3 spare wooden scaffoldings. I don't know. I'll just place the structural glass and hope that everything is okay. Oh, that is what's missing. Now all of these pillars extend fully upwards instead of just this one in the back. So that should be the advanced Technium machine built up. Now to just build up the rest of the things I need here. So I'm gonna need a few machines. I need, 3 solidifiers, and probably a 4th one to feed into the palace crystals. Now, I'm going to need a crusher anyway to get the deep slate, but if I was to try and throw the ores into the same crusher, that would make the logistics a bit more annoying, and I'd rather keep this a little bit more linear. So I'll just stick to the one crusher for deep slate only. Then redstone is going to need an advanced blast furnace. Probably 2 blast furnaces even, because I need the sand to make the salt, and then do it again to get the burnt redstone. So yeah, I think I need 2 of these, plus a 3rd for the deep slate. Okay, but the rest hopefully shouldn't be as bad. I need a freezer to get the snow blocks, and do I get an alloy kiln to get the bronze, or do I just use a basic kiln? I'm gonna need an advanced kiln anyway to get the obsidian, but if this is just producing obsidian, I can't have it also produce bronze. So I think I just stick to a basic kiln. Anyway, I think that's enough theory crafting here. Now I just need to get the stuff for all of this. Starting with the 4 solidifiers. It's really not that expensive, given that I've fully automated blast bricks. I'm just going to need to get the 4 different molds, because I can't really steal the ones that I have right now, because I use them all the time. So there's that. I think I'll also steal the atomic reconstructor, because for right now, I don't think I'm going to need it, but it's not hard to make another one if I need to. So I'll keep that. While I'm here, I may as well just pick up the rest of these machines. And I guess if I've got the alloy kiln block there, I'm going to have to get all the stuff for the multi-block. Wooden scaffolding, I've already gone over that. And then the kiln bricks is just a bunch of grout, and that's going to take a while to craft. So while I wait, I can get some of the rest of this stuff. Namely, some of the things I'm going to need for the obsidian. Although, I have got water and lava down here already. Who's to say I can't steal this? It'll be more annoying, based on where I put the alloy kiln, but I could probably put it around here. Yeah. So I think I'm fine on the lava and water side. Let's see, what else am I going to need? I think next up I can probably get these blast furnaces. They're not too bad. Although I've got to account for the fact that this will also take a really long time to craft. But I guess there's still plenty of other things that I need for these. Namely, a lot of iron. Okay, all of the blast bricks are done to get the 3 blast furnaces. And that took a while, but I hadn't considered how long the pressing would take to get all of the steel plates and things. So I've got pretty much everything I need for the blast furnace itself. I'm just waiting for the steel to press up. So in the meantime, I've been working away at the preheaters a little bit, and all I should be missing is just a bunch of copper. It's more pressing though. So I guess I can chuck that on the press as well. I'm just gonna be waiting for this forever. Well, at the very least, all of the steel's gone through, so I can get all the reinforced blast bricks. And then once all of the copper plates go through, I can throw on the copper wires to make the rest of the coils for the external heaters for the blast furnace preheaters. Okay, that should be all of the blast furnaces. Now the last machine left is the crusher. And while I could probably just steal this crusher, I want to keep this for manual usage, just like how I'm keeping this blast furnace. And I'll just skip over most of the stuff there for making the crusher, because it's all stuff I've done before, even in this own video. So is there anything else here that I'm missing? Right, the fuel source. But I think for that, I'm just gonna steal one of my compressed furnaces. I'll be fine. I think I'm okay to start building this. I know I need more. Like, I need some rock washers to get the aluminium, or for the nickel and the silver, and lead as well for that matter. But I'll worry about that later. For now, I just need to start clearing out my inventory. So I'm just gonna have to start placing some of this down. And I'll start with the alloy kiln, and I'm guessing the control block goes somewhere around here? I don't know. Wherever the front is, I want it to be this side. So I think that's it. I guess I'll find out soon enough. So I'm just going to connect the water directly into the bottom here. I think that'll be fine. Then the lava can come up into the side of it, but it's not going to start producing until it gets power. But then the output of this is just going to go straight into the side of the advanced Technium machine. Alright, that should be the alloy kiln hooked up for the obsidian. Next, I think I'll set up the blast furnaces. Ooh, they take up quite a lot of space. That's that. When they're constructed, it doesn't look quite so bad. So I think I'll have the redstone come out of this one. It does just have to go into a storage crate first, because for some reason the cables can't directly connect in. But I wonder if they work going into a drawer. I'll put sand in here. That becomes salt. The salt then goes over into here to become burnt redstone. I think I'm seeing a bit of a problem now. I need to try and fit a rock washer in. And a furnace. I might steal a brick blast furnace because it smelts it quicker. And it'll mean I can make this setup a bit neater. But I don't have much room here. Actually, this just outputs into an inventory. It doesn't have to be a storage crate. Could it output directly into a rock washer? I think it could. Yeah, if it goes from a rock washer into the blast furnace, then into the Technium machine. That should work. I'm just going to need a rock washer, but I'll get back to that. But then this last blast furnace is going to be what's running deep slate, and that needs to go into a crusher, presumably over here. So I'll just push back the wall a little bit, just for that little bit of extra space. Can I make this crusher mirrored? Because that would simplify things quite a lot. I'm going to see. This is the same structure as a crusher, just flipped. Does it work? Yes. Okay, that makes things much easier to connect up. Because now I can have my deep slate coming out in here, and then I'm really hoping that works. Oh, that looks like it works too. Hold on, I'll worry about that later. It connects. It should take the deep slate and crush it, and then it comes out here to then go through whatever series of rock washes it needs to, and it'll end up in 3 different places. I just realized I forgot to get the melters. It's fine, we'll do it live. Then I'll have 4 separate solidifiers. Is there a good spot? Yeah, that's as good a spot as any, because I'm going to need to put the melters in too. Am I overcomplicating this? Yeah, I need a little bit more space, and I think I have a way around it. I think I can make do with all of these being right next to each other. And I need lead on the end there. The others, it doesn't really matter, because they're all just going to go straight into the Technium machine. But the lead ingots need to go into the atomic reconstructor. And this is the difficult bit, because I have an idea in mind for how to automate the atomic reconstructor, but it's weird. And I realize I don't actually have the stuff I need. I need a logistical sorter, and I've already got the conveyor belt. Okay, I think I've created something here. This could be an absolute monstrosity. The lead ingots come out of here, and get placed on this conveyor belt, are then dropped on top of this hopper, which I forgot to put the clock in place, but will be locked most of the time and periodically let items through. While the item is sat on the hopper, it'll get hit by the laser beam to then convert the lead into lapis, which then comes through this yellow chamber to go back onto the conveyor belt. If it happens to go through before the beam converts it, then it recognizes lead and will put that through the yellow path as well. But once this gets turned into a Palace crystal, it gets sent through the green path to then go all the way back through here into the Technium machine. I would connect it, I've just run out of cables. And I'm fairly sure this will work. I'll just lock this hopper for a bit so I can just do this manually. So let's say a lead ingot is produced here, and it gets placed on that conveyor belt. Is the laser going to get the hopper? No. Well, shit. I guess I can still test something. If the lead goes through, yes, it does go through the yellow pipe and onto the conveyor belt. Right. So at least that works. So I just have the problem that when the conveyor belt places the item on the hopper, it doesn't get scanned. What if I did that? Does this just hold an item in place? Yes. Okay. Then I unlock the hopper, but it doesn't pick it up. There has to be something I'm missing here, because I refuse to believe that the atomic reconstructor isn't this stupid to try and automate. Wait a minute. I found the page that lets me use the burst mode, but this is also telling me about a simple way to automate this. Apparently I just need a precision dropper, and then a ranged collector. Oh, I can't get it. Cool. Hang on. Okay, I've put it into pulse mode, and then if I get the redstone controlled conveyor belt, how does this work? Aha! Exactly how I want it to. So if I put the redstone controlled one there, then I can set up a small redstone clock here, and I'll just quickly pulse it. I'll keep this off for a minute, because that's pulsing quicker than I would like. But if I just see here, it's reliably stopping the items at least once along the way, and it should be roughly in sync with the bursts. So if I let this run again, yes, it does convert all the things as it goes by. It is quite wasteful with the power, but I should be able to just generate power quite quickly and easily. Right, this is quite massively over-engineered, but this is, to my knowledge, the only solution I have right now. So I should be able to just connect this green path back into the Technium machine. Okay. And I would test this further, but I don't have the time for that. I would just like to increase the delay on this timer. Although I think instead of just endlessly adding repeaters, I should just make a redstone clock. So if I just increase this to 500, say, because that's probably about how long it'll take to get some lead piling up here, then this should only pulse reasonably infrequently. Right, anyway, with that out of the way, I can move on to try and finish the rest of this. So, there's only a few more things that I need to do. I need to connect the inputs here to actually fill this in. I need to get some of the rock washers to be able to create the ores. I need to put in the melters, but I think I can fit that in. I think that's fine. You know, I'll finish this off. I'll get the melters and I'll get the rock washers. It's not that hard to get those. And then for the rock washers, it could be easier for me to just connect the aluminium than to try and bring this over, because then I need to get more purifying water and all of that stuff. So I can do that. And then all I should need is a logistical sorter to pull the aluminium out. But then these 3 rock washers for the deep slate should be fine. I am going to have to connect them to water. Then I should probably get a new ambient water collector for that. It's not too hard to get another one. Then I'll also get a compactor, because I'll need one of them. I'm also going to get 2 logistical sorters. So I don't need anything fancy here. I just need the deep slate to go into these 3 rock washers. Hopefully evenly, but maybe I can fill them quick enough that it won't matter. I don't know. But then all of them go into the compactor. Oh, but before that, I need all of these controllers, and I can separate them all like that, and you know what? I don't think I need to do that. I'm pretty sure items can go directly there. I guess we'll see. But from the compactor, I need to logistically sort where everything goes. Then I can create some filters for each different ore coming out of the compactor to go into the right controller. And from there, it should just manage itself. But this doesn't do aluminium just yet, because that's done with a second logistical sorter. So if I bring the Tom's connection all the way over, I can ask for aluminium, and it should send it into the right controller. Now I just need to connect the water and the lava, and I should be good. I think the water is the easier one to connect up, because the lava has a bit further to go, but I think that's good. Oh, I guess now I can test. Does the palace work? Yes? It's made the lapis. Okay, there, I just saw some palace crystals. So, I should now be getting aluminium gears, nickel rods, palace crystals, silver plates. Actually, not yet on the silver plates, because for some reason it's not making the ore. Well, the only thing left to do now is to connect the deep slate input, And that should all work. All I should need to do for this is connect the top of these two blast furnaces and then create the two filters for where the items should go. Ah, right. And then I need the charcoal. And I'll just have a bit here. Oh, that's not how I want it to go. Hang on. I probably need to input into the top. Yeah. And then have the output go even just 50-50 into the side and into these other blast furnaces. So now I should be able to just connect in all of the blast furnaces, and I should be fine. Okay, I'm getting charcoal in some of these. I'm not sure why I'm getting sand in here. Hang on, I think I do need the logistical sorter after all, because I need to put this specifically on black so that I don't get any intermingling here. And now I'm actually getting salt in here, and it's getting burnt, and it's making the burnt redstone. Okay, so with all of this connected up, what does that equal? I need a rock washer to get the redstone, but that's the aluminium, the palace, the nickel, the silver, and the redstone done. I need to grab some of that spare crushed deep slate and pipe that over too. That should work. I'm guessing it'll take about half of it, but it'll fill up pretty quick anyway, so it shouldn't matter that much. Right. I guess I may as well get that rock washer. So I'll just quickly make one of them, and annoyingly I have to connect this into the top. And I need to give this water. I think I'm better off just getting another ambient water collector, and I can just connect that in. Okay, and this should be producing redstone. Well, okay, that's redstone down. And also, just looking at everything here, it's probably time I get power, because that'll prove if the alloy kiln works, and that should massively speed up all of these blast furnaces. And I think for now, no. I'm not going to replace this, I'll just remake it. It's not too hard to get all the stuff I need again. I don't know why I felt like setting this up behind the blast furnaces again, but I did. I'm just going to bring over a little bit of canola oil to jumpstart this, so that I can get enough energy to power the canola press so more oil is actually generated. Then I can just cable all of this together. I've not plugged in the blast furnaces just yet. Also, I'm going to mute the crusher. Not mute it, but make it considerably more quiet. But mostly, I just want to see if this alloy kiln works. Oh, that's why it's not working. I don't have the obsidian blueprint in there. There we go. It should make the obsidian and send it straight over to here. Good. So, I feel like this should be most things operational. Oh, I need to connect in the atomic reconstructor before I completely forget about that as well. Although, I'm not generating enough power. The crusher is still operational, but it's not going to be able to handle all of that deep slate going through. I think I need more oil generators. So for now, I can just steal this one. I don't really need it. And the second one definitely helps, and it might be enough. I don't know. I guess I'll see soon, once everything kind of fills up its energy buffer. Okay, so it looks to me that most of this is done. I can get a quick one out of the way if I bring over the basic Technium. So then there's just two things left. The bronze and the snow. Although it looks like, again, I've run out of space here. So I'm going to need to make some more. Can I manage with only this small sliver? Probably not. But if I think about what I need, it might not be that bad. So the copper, I'm going to be stealing from here, because I should be able to do that. Just pipe it through the wall like I've done for everything else around here. And then the tin, I'm going to have to steal from here, and probably melt it again. Melt and solidify for that matter. But I should be fine to do that. I'm also somehow going to have to steal some coal. But I think I can do that. And then for the snow, I just need power and clay. I don't think this is going to be so bad. Okay, so I've got a controller here that should take raw tin. it gets melted down and then solidified into an ingot. I didn't bother adding the water because I don't think the tin is really going to be much of a bottleneck. And then this goes into the alloy kiln. Wait a minute. Am I not able to automate the normal alloy kiln? So one small thing. If I do that... Oh, one more thing. Oh, okay, that is so much slower. But I can do the blocks. One small problem here. I don't think I have enough faces to be able to input and output items. I have one last idea. If I get myself a machine extender, that's how it extends the control block itself. Okay, so now I can afford to have an item in and an item out. This is gonna be weird and a bit tight, but I need to stretch a cable all the way over there from here to bring the tin blocks. And then I need to bring these copper ingots all the way through and into a crafter to make copper blocks. And then the blocks should just come out into the kiln. So let's see. Copper ingots go in and they get turned into blocks to then go in here where they eventually start making bronze. And then the bronze should make it into the advanced Technium machine. Right. Now there's one final thing to go. And this should hopefully be the easiest. But all I should need for this is a freezer connected to power. Actually, wait, I've already made a mistake. I need a crafter making clay. And I can input it in more or less the same way. Then it goes into a freezer with power. Then into another crafter making snow. And then I just stretch that all the way over to here. And that should then input into the advanced Technium machine. And I'm just going to watch this snow come through and finally make the first ingot. Oh no. Oh, never mind. It's doing it. It just needed more snow. It was 8, not 4. Never mind. Okay. This should now be fully automatically producing advanced Technium ingots. I'm just gonna grab some to trigger that quest. Oh boy. This was much harder. Admittedly, a lot of the difficulty and a lot of the jank involved is from building this up in a bit of a weird way. But also, anytime the Atomic Reconstructor gets involved, it's going to be a pain to automate something. But it's done. I'm now steadily producing advanced Technium ingots. I think it goes without saying that's enough for this video. Next video I can start getting into the advanced research. I can upgrade some things, get the drawer upgrades, get the advanced miners, upgrade them as well with the advanced Technium frames, and see what other stuff I get out of this. I'm not bothered to go much further than this for a while. I'm just gonna kinda sit in the moment for a minute and appreciate what I've just finished. Anyway, I just need to leave this be, and I need to say that I'm finished with this for now, and finished with this video, because there is nothing else that I can squeeze into this video. But for now, I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm gonna call it here. Bye.